Okay, have a video here that I've been meaning to make for a while, and it's house upgrades, or really just upgrading anything, but I'll be using like a player house for the example. Now there are several ways to do this. For this video, it'll be as dialogue, so you'll speak to an NPC and the NPC will go ahead and upgrade your house, and it'll just be a single upgrade. Now I plan on making videos, like I said, showing you different ways to upgrade and eventually multiple upgrades, so stick around if you want to see those. Now, if you're only disabling old objects in the upgrade, you won't need to do all the upgrade marker new stuff that I do. And if you're only enabling new objects, you won't need to do all the upgrade marker old stuff that I do in the video. You'll see what I mean as soon as the video gets started. So to start, I have my house, or it's sort of a house, with my old objects that I want to remove when I upgrade and the new objects that I want to add when I upgrade. So assuming you have all that in place, you're going to want to add 2 X markers to the cell. So just search X marker and make sure all is highlighted and just drag them in there. So you can see I've placed 1 X marker closer to the old objects and 1 X marker closer to the new objects. This isn't necessary, but it does help kind of differentiate the X markers. There will be another thing that helps determine which is which, and you'll see that later. But for now, you want to highlight the X marker that you want for the old objects and give it the reference editor ID of upgradeMarkerOld. It's not entirely necessary, but it really does make things easier. So I'll click OK there, and double click the X marker you want for the new items and give it the editor ID upgradeMarkerNew and check initially disabled. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select the old items here. I'm just going to control select. You can drag and select like so, but I'm just going to hold control, select them all, hit the minus key, which brings up the batch action window. Normally you'd like right click an object, go to edit, and then set the enable parent, and you don't want to do that for each one, so what you do is just highlight a bunch of items and then hit the minus key to do it all at once. So I'm going to set the enable parent for all 3 of these items at once by checking set enable parent, and then select reference in render window, and double clicking the old X marker, the upgrade marker old, and clicking do. You can see here now that it draws a line to the objects that it enables. So that's kind of an easy way to determine which marker is which. You can click the X marker, right click, select enable state children, and hit the 1 key twice so you can kind of view what the cell will look like once it's upgraded, and hit the 1 key again to unhide everything. So now I'm going to do the same for the new objects. Highlight them, hit the minus key, set enable parent, select reference in render window, double click upgrade marker new, click do. And as you can see, it's drawn the line to the new objects. Now I want a way to upgrade, so what I'm going to do for this video, and I may make a video showing you another way to do this, but what I'm going to do is make an actor, and I'm going to speak to him and buy the upgrades from him. There are other ways to do this, but for this video I'm just going to do it that way. So I go over here to actor, click actor, right click new, give him an ID, 00 upgrade guy, that's what I'm going to call him. Make sure you give him a name, otherwise you won't be able to speak with him. And check unique, and check either protected or essential. Essential means that the actor cannot die, they'll just go down into like a down state, I guess. And protected means that nobody can kill them except for the player. So I want mine to be essential. And I'm going to click OK. Now you can give him a voice type. Open this up here so that he speaks certain lines like BOS male will speak the Brotherhood of Steel line, so he'll talk about Paladin Dancer, whoever the leader of the Brotherhood of Steel is, you get the idea. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to click OK. But I am going to highlight the character in this list here, hold Control, and hit F4. And this is exporting the face gen for the NPC. And if you ever notice in Skyrim or Fallout, or I guess Oblivion 2, I'm not sure if the bug exists there, there's a face gen bug, and the character's face will appear darker than their body, and that's kind of weird. So that's how you get around that. You just highlight the actor, or actors. You can highlight a bunch at once. Hold Control, then hit F4, export the face gen data. If you do upload the mod, you will need to upload the face gen data as well, to my knowledge. I'm not quite sure. Okay, and of course, something I forgot to do, which is absolutely necessary, is add your actor to, well, wherever you want him to be. But I'm going to put him outside my house so I can speak to him when I want to upgrade. Yeah, I forgot to do that, a little bit silly, but make sure you have your actor obviously in the world space somewhere where you can speak with him and upgrade. Now I'm going to create a quest which will house the dialogue for the upgrade. So I go over to character, then quest, right click, new, give it an editor ID, 00 upgrade quest, 01, quest name, you don't need to give it a quest name, priority of 10 should do just fine, this does not need to be a highly prioritized quest. Start game enabled, you can check that, I would recommend checking that. Make sure run once is checked. Now start game enabled does not have to be checked, but the quest does have to start through other means, so you're going to have to do it via like a script fragment or something to that effect. And once you've filled out the basic information for a quest, you can see here that all these tabs aren't selectable, or every tab that should be there is not there, so you just hit OK out of it and then go back into it. And you can see that I have more tabs now. And I'm going to give it a quest dialog condition. So I'm going to right click in here, click new, make sure the condition function is getIsID, have the parameter be the actor that you just created, and make sure the comparison is equal to, the value is 1. And this means that the only person who can speak this dialogue is the actor we just created, so that there won't be any conflicts when you're speaking to another actor. Now you want to add the actor as a quest alias, so go to the quest alias tab, right click, new reference alias, give the alias a name. I always name my aliases with the prefix alias underscore. It's not necessary, it's just something I got in the habit of doing for some reason. Check unique actor, select your actor from the drop down box, leave everything else default, and click OK. Alright, now you want to go over to the Scenes tab and add a new scene. So under Editor ID, right click, New. Give it a name. I'm going to name mine Dialogue, or Upgrade Dialogue. Oops. 01. Click OK. Highlight that. Right click, New Actor in this white space here and select your alias for your upgrade guy. And then check Player Dialogue. And then in the white space again, right click, Add Phase at End. So I'm going to double click Start Greeting here. It's going to ask me to give it a topic ID. I'm going to call it Upgrade Dialogue 01 Greeting. Click OK. Give it a prompt. I'm going to say hello. What can I do for you? You can put whatever. This is going to show up as subtitles. So click OK. And then check requires player activation and click OK out of it. There you go. And then I'm going to click OK out of this. Then under phase 1 in the white area, I'm going to right click, new action, player dialogue, and I'll just click OK here. And this is the player dialogue section here. So this is what the player will say. He has a positive, or he or she has a positive, negative, neutral, or question response, and the NPC responds to each of those. So you can add your own positive, negative, neutral responses. I'm going to add a question, and that's it. So I'm going to double click that. And response text, I'm going to say I'd like to upgrade my house. click OK, and click OK out of here. And then for the NPC response to what I say here, I'm going to have two of them. One is going to be if I can afford my upgrade. One is going to be if I cannot afford the upgrade. So double click this empty space, and we're going to have him say for this one it's going to be if we can afford it. So sure, he'll just say sure, I can do that. Click OK. You want to check say once, and you want to add a condition. So under conditions, right click new, and this is going to check to see if the player can actually afford it. Now I'm going to make the player pay caps. You can make them pay celery or carrots or whatever. It's up to you. But what you want to do for the condition function is have get item count, and then the parameters, what you're checking on. So if you wanted him to pay 1,000 10mm bullets, you'd select 10mm. However, I'm going to select caps 001, click OK, and I want it to be greater than one less than the price of the upgrade. So I want it to be 400 or 500 caps. So I'm going to make sure it's greater than 499 caps. I'm going to run that on the player. Make sure you select run on player, otherwise, oops, it'll generate a negative response each time. It'll say no, you can't afford it. So click OK. Now under scripts here, we're going to check run fragment for the on begin part, and we're going to add 4 properties, 2 object references, 1 miscellaneous object, and 1 quest property. So first I'm going to add the 2 X markers as object reference properties that we added into the cell. So the type is object reference. Now for the name, if you type in the exact name of the form of the X marker that we gave it, it'll automatically fill the property. So I'll type upgradeMarkerOld, click OK, and it will automatically fill that property, as you can see here. See? It knows that upgradeMarkerOld exists in my cell here. So I'm going to do the same thing for the upgradeMarkerNew. Click OK, and it'll autofill. Make sure it autofilled correctly. There we go. Add another property, and this type is going to be miscellaneous object. So, oops, MISC object, caps 001, and it'll autofill caps. And then add one more property, and that property is going to be, the type is going to be quest. Where is that? There it is. And the name, I'm going to go ahead and call this upgradeQuest, and you'll see that because we didn't give it the name of an exact form, it's not going to autofill. So you can see here it doesn't have that little pencil marker, and it doesn't have a value. So I'm going to edit value and select my quest, and click OK. Now I'm going to add 4 fragments. So the first is going to be game.GetPlayer. I'll put these in the description. .RemoveItem parentheses caps 001, then comma space, and then the value of the upgrade. So I'm going to remove 500 caps, so I'll put 500 there. For the second fragment, I'm going to put upgradeMarkerOld.disable, and then upgradeMarkerNew.enable. And then the last is going to be upgradeQuest.stop. I'm the king of typos. And compile. Make sure there's no compilation error. If you do get a compilation error, chances are you just mistyped something. So click OK out of here. And we'll do the second response if the player cannot afford the upgrade. So I'm going to right click here, click new, and I'm going to say sorry, you can't afford that. Click OK, and I'm going to add a condition. Of course, it's going to be get item count, and it's going to be caps for the parameter, cap 001 specifically. And if the player has less than 500 caps, I'm going to run this on player, of course. Click OK. And that way, if the player is poor, he can't upgrade. And I'll click OK out of here. Click OK out of here. And then finally, click OK out of here and save the mod. And I'm all set. Now, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll try to answer them. And thanks for watching.